An empty room. To the dreamer, a room like this is a blank slate. This is Lansing, Michigan, the state capital, where the governor has just signed an executive order calling for the merger of two departments, Community Health and Human Services. And now this room has found its purpose. Integrate business and technology within Michigan's new Department of Health and Human Services. What happens in this room will set a course for the biggest department in state history. 14,000 employees, a $24 billion budget, and millions of citizens who depend on its services, sometimes for their very survival.
When we merged the Department of Human Services and the Department of Community Health together, we were trying to figure out a way that we could blend in the business and technology services to help support that bigger organization. The only way we knew how to do that was bring in a neutral party that could come in and do a neutral assessment for us to say, here's all the technology you have, here's how you need to align the technology, and here's how you need to structure your office in order to help support that.
The beginning phase was a lot of discovery, a lot of finding out all the different types of data that we had and trying to sift through it.
We interviewed all levels of individuals, both operational and tactical staff and executive staff, to put a picture together.
The team needed a way to share its findings.
We really needed something that would be collaborative yet simple. The string exercise provided that.
The main purpose of the string exercise was really be able to look at the organization as a whole on one big long page and get a big picture view of how all the applications support the business, how they're aligned to business.
I remember that day we were standing over there right next to the wall, and all the state of Michigan folks came in, and we had our greetings, but they were really focused on everything that they were seeing. I think it was a lot bigger than they were anticipating.
It was a big wow, because I didn't realize how much we really are doing day for day, how many different systems we have, how many different people we impact.
I think the moment that we knew that we were on the right track was when we had the state of Michigan people go right up to the wall and start pointing.
Almost right away, they were calling each other over, take a look at this, what do you think about this, what do you think about that?
This is going to be the challenge for you and I, is to look at all these enterprise ones and figure out.
And see what goes where.
We were able to look at the bare bones, which was the structure of the new organization, and the list of IT services.
And we just started connecting the dots. The field people used bridges. The accounting people used bridges. So all of a sudden you start to see all the touch points in the bridges.
A lot of people are used to looking at spreadsheets and data, but at the end of the day, you need to be able to step back, look at the big picture, look across the entire organization and say,
aha, now I see the trends. I can see what areas are heavily involved in technology, which areas have very little technology supporting them at all.
And it helps us set directions for where we're going next in the assessment.
All right, grab a seat and we'll get going. And again, I want to thank you guys for being here. The functional model is truly the to-be of the new organization. So instead of just creating an org chart and lining people up, we wanted to get our strategy down first.
My primary focus was to articulate and really walk the team through our goals, assumptions, recommendations, and observations. Any questions on goals before I move on? Here's why we're here. Here's kind of what we said we were going to do. Here's kind of what we came up with. Then it really turned into a collaborative kind of discussion on, okay, what are those key takeaways?
Core to our recommendation, and actually it was our top recommendation, was that the administration, the business side, needs to create what we call a keeper of the vision.
I think my aha moment was when the team pointed out the strategic alignment team that would be responsible for being the keeper of the vision for the department and making sure that whatever we implement or projects that we initiate out of the Business Integration Center are in alignment with that vision.
Once we had the functional model really laid out, everyone agrees that, yep, these are the objectives, these are the goals, and then here's how we laid out the functions. Then we created what I'd call as our organizational chart or structural model. We brought our executive sponsors over to walk them through the structural model to say, all right, here's how now we see organizational alignment and true reporting structure and who owns what.
The string exercise depicted the Department of Health and Human Services as is. The functional model described the organization to be. The organizational model defined how the department could operate day to day. And it all happened here, in this room. as blank walls evolved into real solutions for real people.